Joining me now to break down this dinner plate decision is Dr. Omer Awan, a physician and senior public health contributor for Forbes. Always great to see you, Doc. Good morning.
Good morning, Hannah.
The USDA rule was 3 years in the making. It just passed last summer, of course, aimed at cutting down on food poisoning, which, by the way, poultry still remains the leading source of foodborne illness. I know you know that. I wanted to remind our viewers. So why roll this back?
Well, this is going to be a huge blow to public health, particularly when you consider how pervasive salmonella infection is, as you just stated, Hannah. I mean, we're talking about something that is a leading cause of foodborne illness. We're talking about an infection that results in more than 1 million cases per year in America. And as you said, 26,000 hospitalizations, and people actually die from this. More than 400 people die from this. So I'm scared and I fear that if this is rolled over, we will have more sick people in America, we'll have more hospitalizations, and people will die because of this.
There are industry groups like the National Chicken Council. They're applauding this. They're saying the rule would have been too expensive for farmers and poultry companies. But from a scientific perspective, does that argument hold any weight? Do the costs outweigh the dangers?
Not really, because there really should be no cost or no price when it comes to the health of Americans. I mean, salmonella is a very serious infection. People typically have fever, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and in some cases, it can result in dehydration and hospitalization, and as we said, very rarely death. So we can't really put a price on health when it may save, people at the grocery store some money, or it may save the food industry, potentially millions of dollars, but there could be millions of dollars in costs when we're treating all these patients that end up going to the hospital.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s messaging has been clear. It's been consistent. We want to make America healthy again. This action doesn't seem to back that. What can he do? Do you think they could reverse that the decision was, again, just made yesterday?
Well, I think they have to look at the body of evidence to consider, well, are the risks going to outweigh the benefits? And my sense is that no, that's not going to happen. The risks here will outweigh the benefits. And the messaging, as you said, from Robert F. Kennedy has to be very clear and transparent to the American public. And that's what he has promised. He has promised radical transparency. And it's time that they do that, particularly when we consider all the manifestations that this could potentially have. And I fear that this could harm Americans more than benefit Americans.
Dr. Awan, before I let you go, what can consumers do at home to protect themselves?
Well, they can start by avoiding undercooked meats, making sure that they refrigerate perishable foods, making sure that they wash our hands for 20 seconds. Remember, that's very hard to do. We go to the bathroom, we go to the restroom, we wash our hands maybe for 5 or 6 seconds, but really what's required is washing your hands for 20 seconds to make sure that we get rid of all the germs and the bacteria that could potentially be causing some of these deadly diseases like salmonella.
Dr. Omer Awan, always great talking to you, sir. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too.